Are you hearing some of these weird cracks that are really freaking me out a couple times? It's happened.
I didn't want to say anything.
Okay, one of them happened over there, and then one of them just happened up on the ceiling, and like, at first I thought it was, an old building that was just kind of settling. That was not. It was a very specific noise.
It sounds almost as if you're moving the lights, and it's like the plastic, like
somebody's moving stuff underneath. Yeah.
Dude, it's the daytime comedy club ghost, dude.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Man, I wish I did.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time with it.
The camera starts levitating. 349? You said is what?
It's the number of the David.
What is 349? What does that implicate?
349, that's when you draw the star.
The 3 and the 4 and the 9?
It's the steps.
Is the steps?
1,
2,
3, 4, 9.
We did a big jump from 4 to 9, so what I'm not following exactly.
That's how we count. Wherever I'm from.
Okay. Somewhere, probably over in Europe. Welcome, going right into the Jeremiah Wonders program with my friend and soon to be yours, one of my favorite comedians who is working in the Texas scene right now. He has opened for me in multiple clubs. He is coming out soon on one of the Stand-Up on the spots in Texas, and I'm very excited to introduce you to my friend, Joey Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a wunderbar day, and I'm excited to see you.
Yes, it's good to be here. Not really sure how long we'll really do this for.
Yes, this voice I can feel it slipping.
But the problem with me, as soon as I start to do these kind of voices, is they don't want to leave me. Once I start doing the voice, it's like it's hard for me to stop doing it.
Make sure you come to the Jeremiah Watkins rally at...
There will be no rally talk on this podcast. I do not know what that means.
No.
Also, how are you, dude?
I am great, man. Thanks for having me. I'm very stoked to be here.
Yeah, dude. We're on the road. So right now we are in Hyena's Comedy Club. We're here during the day before the shows, and Joey was nice enough to guest on the pod while I'm on the road. I'm on the road a crazy amount right now, so I'll probably be doing a couple podcasts on the road right now. Figured we would... we're sitting in an empty comedy club. It's almost kind of eerie being in a comedy club during the day.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be here. This is
like, when the ghosts are like...
Spirits are resting.
Yeah,
Right now, they don't like being disturbed.
No.
And we're going to start seeing orange email cards flying around.
Drink specials. Ooh.
The Holy Ghost special.
Yeah.
It's a ranch water.
Yeah, sometimes, I don't think this club is doing it, but sometimes, I think I've talked to you about this, that there will be like, it's the Jeremiah Watkins special, or and it's like some drink that is super heavy in alcohol, like a Long Island iced tea or something like that. And I'm like, did you guys not do any research on? I don't even drink at all, and you're naming drink specials after me at the club. Like, do like a chicken wing order or something, like something that I actually like.
I feel like a great Jeremiah Watkins drink special would be like a Capri Sun.
Dude.
Like, we normally don't carry these, but Jeremiah's in town, and we got the Capri Suns.
Y'all, we got some Yoo-Hoos that are chilling in the freezer right now. So if you want a Yoo-Hoo milkshake, then that is one of the Jeremiah Watkins specials.
And here's what's special about the Yoo-Hoos, y'all, is there's no dairy in them. So you can be lactose intolerant, and you can still drink them.
Did you just say lactose?
And
frogs that are not allowed to drink milk?
And toddler ants.
Oh, toddler ants. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm into that. You ever watch National Geographic because it's kind of a loophole to porn? You know what I mean? My grandma used to do that, where she'd be watching monkeys have sex and stuff like that, and it felt more like a loophole to her, like, having those sexual feelings and urges. Like, she wasn't looking at full-blown porn, but she was watching the animals have a good time, so therefore she might have been having a good time.
I feel like people who do that, and they're like, no, it's nature. They're the same people that like have bad like wartime propaganda, and they're like, no, it's history.
Oh yeah.
It's like a bad loophole.
You're like, that symbol is kind of graphic behind you. And like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, it's history.
It's part of history.
And this is just nature.
Mm-hmm.
They do this in nature.
Guys, it's natural. It's Natural Geographic. That's the name.
Yeah, and after this, we're going to learn about aliens on the same channel.
Did you ever used to read Reader's Digest? Do you remember that?
Is that the yellow?
It's that old school magazine kind of. Do you remember those at all?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was more. It was a national publication. Maybe it's slightly. How old are you?
27.
It might be right before, but it was my grandma who was super into it. So you know what I mean. It might have been right before your time.
Back in my day.
But there were some people who I used to go to church with that like their big claim to fame was, I got published in Reader's Digest, so I'm a writer. And it would be like these very small things, but like they were super proud of it.
It's a credit. It's a credit.
Hey man, you got to get your credits where you can.
There's a new open mic in Austin that's live streamed on public access TV.
Why would you ever live stream an open mic? That sounds like the worst idea ever.
At like 3 a.m. on public access TV. And it's a credit. It's a credit, guys.
People use it?
I haven't like seen anyone use it seriously, but people have been like, guys, it's on TV.
Guys, it's technically, this is what we're doing here. If as soon as IMDb approves this is the real deal.
We're gonna put it on Amazon Prime too. It's gonna be $4,000 for an episode.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, Joey, that you are one of the staples of the San Antonio comedy scene. Would you agree with that?
I don't know about.
This is coming from an outsider. This is me looking in, coming from somebody who visits town and who kind of sees, who's working in the scene and who's working hard and who people respect and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, staple is a really strong term. I think more so like the paperclip of the scene. You know what I mean? So it's like you're
barely holding it together.
Yeah. I'm holding it together. If it becomes too much, I bail out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. San Antonio,
this is stressful. I'm gonna bend.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this isn't what I signed up for. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Leave then. Yeah, no, there's not many of us. I would say realistically, like the amount of real working comics that there are in San Antonio is probably like 15, 20, somewhere around there. And then a lot of us just left and moved to Austin. So there's a good amount. I mean, Austin's crazy competitive, so it's nice to have San Antonio kind of in my back pocket. And
so, yeah, what's that like right now? Because would you consider, the big exodus to Austin, did you move at the time when everybody was moving there, or a little bit afterwards, or?
It was a little bit after that first wave of like everyone from Boston and California and kind of like they had all kind of settled in, and then I showed up. So it was already like, all right, dude, we just fought all these people off, and then now you're showing up, and it's like, I was like, I'm from down the street, man.
I'm practically neighbors with you, so cut me a little bit of slack here.
Yeah,
that's cool, dude. So yeah, man, I've been really impressed working with you over the last few weekends that we've done, and we've been having some good shows out here in Fort Worth, Texas. And for whatever reason, I hope that like this isn't like something that I'm attracting, or if it's just something that is happening to me, but like you've witnessed some pretty freaking rowdy shows recently.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I texted a couple people afterwards. I was like, dude, you're not gonna believe what happened. But no, it was the first show it was almost like they were blackout drunk at 7 p.m. or 8:30 p.m.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you get this drunk this early in the night?
So I was like, I gotta go watch my kids after this. So
you're like, is anybody staying with them? No. How old are they? They're 3.
Yeah, 3. I timed the nap out perfect.
Yeah.
I also took a little bit of their medicine. That's why I'm a little fucked up right now.
If they wake up, they're just thinking that the rapture took place and everybody's gone. Dude, I used to be that much in fear as a kid, where if I woke up and my parents weren't accessible right away, I thought the rapture had happened and I was stuck here and they had gone to heaven and I was still stuck on earth.
Well, how old are you?
Oh, little kid.
Man.
Yeah.
See, my thought process when things like that would happen would be like, oh, my mom finally left my dad. Not because they had a bad marriage. She would just threaten it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would just be like, she finally did it. Good for her. You know?
Was that something that she would threaten at like family dinners and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. I wish it was only at dinners. Dude. It was like she'd be like, I'll take half of everything. And he'd be like,
just straight up like that,
yeah.
like right to the hole with it.
And then he would say, do it and you'll spend the money in a week.
So your parents are not still together?
Well, my dad passed, but they were together the entire time of his life. Yeah, it was so funny though, because my dad would be on his deathbed. He'd be like, I'll pay you to go away. I'll pay you to leave me alone, please.
Wow, greeting death with open arms.
He's like, I just want some quiet, please.
How long since he passed?
This upcoming March will be 3 years.
Okay, and what did he pass from?
Prostate cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bad one too. It was crazy, but
not the good kind.
Yeah, well, I mean, some men may think it's cool. When he died, his balls were the size of my head.
Really?
Which some guys may be coveted.
I mean, you weren't taking selfies and stuff.
I swear to God, I thought about it. Though. Yeah, I was like, y'all gotta check this out.
Dude. Yo, my dad's got some huge balls right now.
Yo, your gas station pills are not doing this, dog. I'm telling you.
Yeah, this is the real Rhino Triple XL or whatever.
The Blue Chew wishes they could get my dad on contract, dude.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. Does cancer run in your family at all?
Yeah. Every dude in my family, starting with my grandpa, has passed from prostate cancer.
So you're at least aware and on the lookout for yourself.
Yeah. I started getting like prostate checks when I was like 25. So they started super early. I get all my testing done every 6 months. So if it happens, which it will, hopefully we'll catch it.
Yeah. This is completely different, but when I had stage 2 melanoma, it was weird because nobody in my family has a history with it at all. So it really came kind of like out of nowhere. But luckily caught it, in the right amount of time.
Stage 2. Like
yeah.
Dang, dude, that's crazy. So what about your wife? Does anything run in her family?
No, not, just, I mean, our family both have like different like health, like there's some high cholesterol and stuff in my family, but I don't really know what I can't really claim her family's issues on this podcast.
well, I didn't. I just wanted to make sure the king was set up for. That thing's gonna be not a chance. Nothing's coming in the way of that health.
Oh, he's a big boy.
It's like a Nordic king.
Yeah, my son. He definitely right now looks like he is gonna grow up and be on Game of Thrones.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's very, very blonde. He doesn't have blue eyes anymore, but he has like he's kind of hazily kind of eyes. Yeah.
What do you mean anymore?
It's weird. So when this is something that I'm a new dad. I'm figuring out along the way. The eye color that they're born with does not stay, always. Isn't that weird? He had like piercing blue eyes like when he was born, and they're not there anymore. They shift. Sometimes the eye color stays, but then it sometimes like shifts into the eye color that they're going to actually be born with.
See, that's why you got to pray before you go to bed. Or else you wake up, you got different color eyes. So like,
you ever met anybody that has one color different eye?
Not a person. I had a dog that had that though.
Oh, I had a buddy who has different color eyes, and it's real interesting because you don't know which one to look at. It's kind of like the lazy eye thing. When you meet somebody, you're like, which do you want me to look at? Like, do you want me to be progressive and look directly at the lazy eye, or do you want me to look at the functioning one that's not looking over here?
Yeah, that's a hard one because just get an eye patch already, please.
You're just pro like getting rid of the whole thing.
Yeah,
like, listen, it's an inconvenience to society and all of us. We don't know which one to look at. Just put a freaking patch over that eye.
Yeah, you got to take care of number one first.
Yeah,
that's an eye patch pro. Okay.
Yeah. So when did you start doing comedy?
So December will be 4 years for me. So I think it was like 2018, December 2018.
Were you one of those people who crushed it at their first open mic or bombed?
It was a little 50-50 because I just told a story about going shopping with felons.
Now, do you still use that joke anywhere in your act?
No, I never really was able to make it into a joke because just the first time doing comedy, I just went up there and told the story. It's got like very natural punchlines in it. The setups are really long to get to them though, but it was just something where I was like, man, I could mess with it, and I have told the story on stage before.
Yeah.
Like since then, but yeah, that was just kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm just gonna go up there, tell that story. If I hate the feeling, I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
But I loved it, so I was like, all right.
How big is your family?
It's me, my sister, my brother, and mom, and then
You guys close?
not at all.
Heck yeah! Shout out to the Smiths.
Shout out to the Smiths.
Shout out to the Smiths that are watching this right now.
I mean, I'm probably the closest with my sister because my sister is a normal person. To an extent, like she's got a family, normal human behavior.
I mean, that's always nice to have a sibling that you can call and talk to. That you're like, isn't everything else so crazy around us? You know, just like somebody to bounce off of. I feel like that's kind of like my sister and I sometimes. Like we'll talk and we're like, yep, this is going on with. Yep. Everything at home.
Yeah. And then my brother's 40. He lives at home with my mom still. Doesn't have a car. I do have a joke about how he spent $2,000 on a replica proton pack.
What?
yeah. What
is that? What do you mean?
The Ghostbusters backpack.
Oh my god! Yeah.
So he spent like $2,000 on one, but he doesn't own a car. So he just, I said it was because he thinks my dad is haunting him, but my dad didn't like him when he was alive. So
dude, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What is something that you have purchased? Are you a purchaser of anything that is like a dumb, like extravagant thing ever?
Man, I got to tell you, I was at Best Buy the other day and they had 9 PS5s in there. And I took one and I just sat it on the counter and I just stared at the box for like 45 minutes. And they were like, we have a credit line. I was like, it's not about the money. It's about whether or not I should do this.
Yeah.
And I just stared at it and I was like, I just don't have the time.
No, you're like, this will affect my comedy in a negative way.
1,000%.
That's why I didn't, when I first moved to Los Angeles, my brother offered to give me the console that we were playing with back in Kansas, and I was like, bro, I can't. I literally cannot do this because I have to focus. I know that I'll play this a lot if I bring it out there.
Yeah, it's a problem, man. It's so addicting for me personally that like sometimes I work from home and sometimes I'll put the game on and like start playing it and I'll be like, I'm supposed to be working right now.
Oh yeah.
So I had to like put it in in a box in another room.
That's like a legit issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a very addictive personality. All right, there's nothing weird about it.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people who are in comedy have somewhat of an addictive personality, and you can either use that to drive your career and fuel it, or a lot of comedians have different vices that they get really heavily into like along the way, and then they get kind of sloppy, and then their comedy doesn't really progress, and it's the whole thing.
It's the harder they lean into anything else other than being addicted to comedy, the less comedy they end up doing.
Yeah.
So you really have to be like, no, this is the feeling that I love is like, coming up with a punchline or a tagline, like just right there in the moment. And it's like, and it's like, I live for that. You know what I mean? Like that's the feeling I want. I don't want drugs to make me feel like that. I want like, that's it. So for me, it's like, I'll go do 4-5 things in a night. And that's good enough for me.
I have gotten a little bit better over the years of, if I have a really, really good set, to try not to, force a set at an additional spot.
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I used to be like, no. I'll do 5-6 spots in a night, and like third spot in, it would be like an amazing set. I'm like, I think I can do one more. That last one, it's always it's like going to the casino and like betting on black one more time. Like after you've already hit, it's like it's not gonna end well.
That was me after Stand-Up on the Spot, because they had a mic in this room. We did Stand-Up on the Spot in the red room, and then in here they were doing the mic, and there was like 5 or 6 people in here. And they're like, do you want to do this? And I was like, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm riding the highest high I've ever had. And I'm going to just stick with that. So,
dude, I loved your Stand-Up on the Spot set. That should be out within the next month or so, hopefully a month or 2. And yeah, you had a crush over set. And I really wanted to showcase different Texas comics, and you're one of them that I was like, oh man, I got to get Joey on this because I just love I love the way your brain works and the way you riff and stuff like that.
Sweet, thank you, man. No, I was fortunate enough to be at the Stand Up on the Spot at Moon Tower that Shane Gillis did, like Ian Fidance and Trevor Wallace. Absolutely fantastic lineup. I had a blast at the show, and I had gotten to sit fairly close when Shane was up. And just watching him do that set, I was like, dude, I hope I get to do this show one day. And I got to do it, and that's because of you, so thank you, man. That was such a cool moment for me, such a full circle moment.
Yeah, dude. That Moon Tower show was it was a pretty special one. I mean, it's one of those things where that lineup, like when we shot it, was kind of right before a bunch of those comics really started hitting. Mm-hmm. And then like... Yeah, a bunch of those sets, are really fun to watch. But yeah, I'm excited for people to see your set on that once it comes out. I think it'll be really good for you. It'll be dope.
Yeah, I that's honestly doing that. I was kind of like, man, do I hate stand-up comedy and I just love improv?
Oh yeah. Oh no, it could. That's the thing with like riffing and stuff like that. Is sometimes. I've had habits over the years that I've had to break where I'm like, oh, I'm being too riffy on some of these shows where I got to work on some of my jokes now. Mm-hmm. But I try to balance it in the hour now that I do like on the road where it's like, you know, I'm doing crowd work and riffing, but there's like the main chunk of the show is still material.
Yeah, the riffing with no material is a blast. I really like riffing in the material too, though. It's just kind of like, you know, bring up the setup or whatever, then just... But that's, for some reason, that's so much harder than not having a topic to riff on. You know what I mean? Like when you're just like, I'm going to riff on this particular joke. Or if you're just like, oh yeah, watermelons, let me tell you about those. Like,
I have an opinion on those things. Yeah. Did your family grow up religious, anything like that?
No, I think we went to Catholic church like 3 times my whole life. Every time the mortgage company would send a letter, we'd go to Catholic church. So
what do you mean by that?
They would be like, hey, we're going to take your house. You know, like.
Oh, that's when.
Yeah, we'd go pray.
You turn to God. Yeah.
We'd go pray, and then, you know, my dad would get like a random bonus or something. Shout out Obama, and we wouldn't lose it. We wouldn't lose the house. But yeah, that was always so funny to me because I could see right through it. You know what I mean? I was like, you guys we're going to leave here and you're going to go be the worst people in the world. You know, you're going to go pawn your wedding rings for that TV or whatever.
Yeah, I knew that I didn't really fully understand religion when I used to treat God kind of as a genie. Like I used to pray to him for like literally like Game Gears and stuff like that. I'm like, God, if you want me to have this, that'd be pretty cool, man. You know what I mean? Like not understanding the concept of God as a kid at all. Like being like, you pray and like, people say things happen, right? You know, like that's what I want to believe.
Man, I remember the first time I prayed, like for real, like I need this for real.
Like
it was
down on your knees, like doing the full thing,
crying. The whole thing was some chick told me she might be pregnant, and I was like 16.
Oh my goodness.
And I was just like, at the time I thought I had a football career, which is hilarious, by the way. It was just so funny. I'm 5'8". I was like 5'8" then too. Yeah. But I was like, my football career is over. And just, you know, she wasn't pregnant, but it was just in that moment, like a week later, I looked back on that and I was like, dude, you got to do better. You got to do better.
So you were having sex at 16?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Unsupervised, man. My family was like, just, you know, do you, man, have fun.
Well, better than supervised.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Family's looking in like, all right, that's our boy. He is gonna go pro in football. Look at the hands on that kid.
Grapple.
16, dude. Wow, that's man, you're like barely figuring yourself out at that age.
Yeah. It was not the smartest thing I've ever done, for sure, but. You know,
did you have a sex ed class at your school or anything?
Dude, so I'm from this tiny small town called Schurtz, Texas.
Schurtz.
Yeah, SCHERTZ. Their sex ed was on. They brought in the projector. It was the kind where you like laid the clear plastic over the thing and it would like project it in black ink. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it was just one of those, and it was like an outline of a penis and an outline of a vagina, and then they were like, hey, just shower. You guys got to be showering and stuff. Like most of our sex ed was about personal hygiene. to be 100% honest with you.
Whoa.
And then it was such a small town that, like, you know, you're 16, you're bored. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that was mainly what was going on, was there was just nothing to do in that town.
Yeah.
And I mean, we graduated high school and then they built a skate park that's like the size of this stage. So,
did you ever skate?
Oh, dude, I was always the fat friend that was just happy to be there.
Right. Like joking around. Like, dude, that was awesome. Dude, that's great. You landed that. That was so cool.
Yeah,
Remember when you landed it?
I was like, I could keep up with the guys on the board if we were just like riding or like bombing hills or whatever. But as soon as they were like leave the ground, I was like, what?
Yeah.
You want me to do what? You're crazy.
I remember there was, I don't know, I mean, maybe this is just to spread awareness or whatever, but there was a gay man who came to my high school who gave a speech that was like, "Hi, I have AIDS." And he literally was like AIDS is a very stereotyped thing. And he's like, "I've been living with AIDS for 20 years or whatever." And it was just like basically, you know, them trying to combat the idea that if you get AIDS, like, you're dying right away.
Yeah.
Because it was still, even in the 2000s, like in the Midwest, like people were like, "You have AIDS? All right, that's a death wish," that kind of thing. And he's like, "You can be gay," and there's things like, it was pretty, like, for the Midwest, pretty liberal.
Yeah,
you know what
progressive.
I mean? Yeah, pretty progressive. And I remember watching this, being like shocked, because I went to a private Christian school, and I was like, "This is insane. This is some next level stuff right here. This place is hardcore. The girls they got their boobs out. This is wild, man."
No one's in uniform. This place is just anarchy. This is what anarchy feels like.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
No, you go ahead, dude.
I was gonna say, what were the other biggest shocks going to the public school?
Just how much more attractive everybody was. Dude, I thought I was like hot at my private Christian school, and then I went to the public school, and I was like, "Oh, dude, there's like all these girls here are so much hotter than our hottest girl at the school." And then also I looked around and I'm like, "Dude, why do all these teenagers have six packs and stuff, and they're like freaking ripped?" Like, I just, you know what I mean? Like real, you see like the whole society all of a sudden. You're like, "Oh, this is where I'm actually at." Like in the scale of things.
You
even as an
level
athlete,
setting.
everything. I thought I was like the best athlete ever.
What was your sport?
Basketball, mainly, and soccer.
Nice.
But then, like, when I started going to public school, like, the skill level was on another level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have like real funding for the sports programs and stuff like that.
They got the jerseys and the
Yeah.
What was the Christian school like? It was like just hand-me-downs for 20 years kind of thing.
I mean, the jerseys were not renewed every year. It was definitely one of those things where you know, and I think now that's more common. But back in the day, it used to be like old jerseys that you would like maybe get lucky to pick certain numbers and stuff like that. For football, I guess, is more common. But I think with basketball, with the way things are now, I think they probably get jerseys that are brand new every single year and stuff like that.
I know that when I was in high school, I was on the freshman basketball team, right? And you didn't get cut from the freshman basketball team. You just made like the B team or whatever. You know what I mean? Like all the freshmen played together, and we played this game up in Austin as a Lake Travis, and I had just stretched my earlobes to be like a zero. Yeah. I had just gotten a 0, which is about the size of the tip of your pinky, right?
Ooh.
So that was like fresh in there. Now, when you do that, you can't just take those out right away.
No, they heal up pretty quick.
Yeah, they heal up, they stretch. They, you know, if they're really not ready, they may bleed. You never really know, right? So I get to this game, and I had like shoulder length hair, so I tried to cover my ears with my hair. One of the refs sees the plugs in. He's like, "You got to take those out," and I was like, "All right, man." So I took them out, and my ears just profusely started bleeding. So I go to the bathroom. I'm using the jersey to like stop the bleeding on both sides like this. And then like I look down, and the jersey is covered in blood. The pants are covered in blood from me wiping it on the pants. And I'm like, I ruined this uniform. This is so bad. And then I was talking to someone a couple weeks later, and they're like, "Hey man, whose musty ass uniform is this?" And it just had, the blood never came out. It was just brown blood stains all over the uniform. And they were like, "Who wore 55 last game?" And I was just like, I don't think I want to play basketball anymore, to be honest. I got a football career.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, I would have loved it if they made that like an urban legend that happened, you know, with that jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you didn't hear? Oh, he was ground into the floor like hamburger meat one time, with both teams trampling over him because he missed such a bad shot that both teams stomped on him to death, and he bled out in the jersey.
And that's what happens when you miss your free throws.
One free throw missed, you'll get cut, not only figuratively but literally at this high school.
They're just standing next to the free throw line with like a little box cutter. Like, come on.
Yeah. What you gonna do, huh?
You miss it. They start with a little one. No, do it again.
No, you got this.
Just like it's like a torture school.
Yeah.
No, do the math problem.
Yeah. Favorite barbecue that you found in Texas?
Oh man, Old 300 out in Bernie.
Bernie.
Yeah.
What city is that? What cities is that between? Bernie.
Bernie is over near like Fredericksburg, which is like the peach city of Texas, where it's like, you know, Fredericksburg peaches. If you ever see like someone on the side of the road, it always says like Fredericksburg peaches, even though they could be from Walmart. They're gonna say that.
Yeah.
But it's like right outside of there. Bernie has literally nothing in it other than it's just like a small town in Texas that is on the way to Fredericksburg. So
okay.
Fredericksburg also has people go there for what's the name of it? It's a something mountain, but it's essentially like the largest granite stone in North America.
So you gotta go.
Yeah. Oh, Enchanted Rock. Boom, got it.
Pulled it out, dude.
Yep, Enchanted Rock. It is the largest I guess single piece of granite, and it's huge, dude. It's a hike. It is a hike.
Let's go back to real briefly that pregnancy scare at 16. How did she bring this up to you at 16? Because that is some pretty heavy news.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
like,
exactly.
did she pass you a note like in school? It's like, I might be pregnant. Check yes or no if you'd be upset.
I remember now that you say that, because it was childish.
Was it childish?
Because we rode the bus home together.
Oh my goodness!
And
just literally children having sex with each other.
It was my bus stop, and then she was the next one. And so she just told me right before I got off the bus, and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "I'll text you."
It's like, dude, I just imagine her being like, "I'm pregnant." The door's closing to the door.
I'm
Wait,
just
what?
standing there.
Yeah. You're breathing up against the glass.
Well, she didn't say she thought she was. She was just like, "There's a possibility."
Oh my goodness!
And then you fellas, you grow up and they always say that it's not happening.
Spoken like a true gentleman who's had a bunch of pregnancy scares. Fellas, on the real, like on the down low, like, they like to, play with our emotions since they're going through it too.
Stay up, king, all right? At the end of the day, you're going to be fine. Your 9 months are not going to change.
Yo, man, like, honestly, it's just like a little bit of an inconvenience for you for a while, and then you'll handle it later.
Yeah, you got this. It's like getting a loan. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pay it off.
I like an infomercial for expecting fathers. You know what I mean? Let's do that. Like,
are you tripping?
Hey, are you tripping over something that you might have let loose recently?
Are debt collectors calling you and expecting things?
Is that debt collector maybe your baby mama?
Is he talking about financial and time restraints?
Listen, have we got the program for you? Pull out.
Pull out.
It's just an infomercial for pulling out.
But it's pull out, like POLL.
Yeah.
And it's also sponsored by
Rock the Vote.
It's like vote or die. Pull out.
Yeah. Dude, that pull out, POLL out would be such an effective like voting campaign.
Yeah, dude.
Hey man, you gotta pull out.
You gotta pull out. Hey man, in today's world, it's 2022. It's time to pull out.
You into women's rights? Pull out.
That is activism at its highest regard too. That is,
I mean, I feel like if you are able to hook people in a way with something very simple like that, that's
Well, let me hook these guys. Hey, send me $1.
But what's the hook? You just said send me $1.
Hey, let me hold $1.
Dude, I love that. Can I hold that for you real quick?
Let me hold that $1.
Yeah. Dude, we had some of the best Mexican food that you took me to outside San Antonio that blew my mind. And I hit up my Mexican buddy, Gil. Shout out to my mi hermano Gil Garibaldo.
Nice.
He, longtime buddy, I told him about the experience. He goes, oh, you've never had Mexican food in the hood. He's like, that's like every spot like in the hood like has that. Because I was like, dude, they did this crazy thing where they poured nacho cheese over Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but it was in the bag. He's like, yeah, bro, like that's. I was like, but they had corn not on the cob, in a cup.
He's like, bro, come on.
He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's pretty standard. But I was like, dude, it was really good.
I was waiting for the right time to tell you this, and I'm glad you brought it up. But they listed that place for sale. They're moving locations.
No.
Yeah. They're moving to where I was raised. Essentially, is where the new.
They're gonna actually just move from that spot entirely. How far away is it gonna be?
Like 25 minutes north from there.
It was so close to. Oh,
yeah.
That was gonna be like one of my go-to new spots in San Antonio when I went there.
And it's still gonna be something because it's like the business is for sale. So like the new one is gonna be Eric's Tacos #2, but Eric's Tacos is still going to be there. But in the agreement for purchasing it, they said you have to bring your own staff. So, because they're taking everybody with them.
Also, why do you know this much about the deal?
I'd be looking at places for sale.
Yo, your boy be out on Zillow Business. Is Zillow Business a thing?
It's a what was it called? It was like B2B or something like that. I just kind of wandered onto the website and I was just like, dang, dude, I can't believe they're selling it for this. It was like $400,000, and the rent's $6,000 a month.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do move a lot. I mean, it was probably they're asking that much because it's established like as a hot spot already.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of money.
Yeah. And I mean, considering you still got to pay rent. I mean, if they own the building, that'd be one thing. But guys, this is literally, we're talking about a taco truck that's in front of a tire shop. And then the second half of the tire shop has like a little dessert stand inside of it.
Yep.
And then there is a dine-in area that I've never been. I don't think it's real. There's a front to it, but
it's just like a TV set. There's not functioning like the forks are like. How do you have fake forks? They're just like cardboard cutouts, like pictures of different things.
Where there's only one loaded in the machine, so you like hit it and it comes out, and then that's it. There's no more.
There's an old dude cardboard cutout inside.
just sitting.
Just sitting there
ordering.
Yeah.
But they're all cutouts from like other businesses, like the Applebee's Dwayne Johnson one. It's just like that's the cashier. Shout out Applebee's, dude.
Shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Always hustling, always on that grind. Try his new tequila, Terramana or whatever it is.
What's one thing you think he'll never get involved in?
Ooh, trafficking.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
But he do be making kids movies, so sus.
You know, I really think, dude, he is going to try to run for president someday.
Yeah.
They've already hinted at it. I think in 2 more terms from now, I think he's seriously going to run.
Or the one after 28, 32.
32. I think he's running in 32.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think he drops it in the 28 to see how he does poll wise versus.
Yeah. Are you hearing some of these weird cracks that are really freaking me out? A couple times it's happened.
I didn't want to say anything.
Okay, one of them happened over there, and then one of them just happened up on the ceiling. And like, at first I thought it was an old building that was just kind of settling. That was not. It was a very specific noise.
It sounds almost as if you're moving the lights, and it's like the plastic, like
somebody's moving stuff underneath. Yeah.
Dude, it's the daytime comedy club ghost, dude.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Man, I wish I did.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time with it.
The camera starts levitating.
Yeah, like I mean, it would be cool though, but for me, it's just like
you never felt anything.
No, not anything personally where I was like that was something greater than I am. or you know.
That's just a guy who's egotistical who doesn't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'll
listen,
fight any ghost
I'll
here.
fight anything. It's just air, dude. My fists are gonna beat air every single time.
Oh, you can make it float? I can use it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm still amongst the living and I have a body to use. Oh, my bad.
oh, sorry, I still get to taste food. Ooh.
Sorry, I still get pregnancy scares at 16.
Hey, but we all do.
Yo, call 1-800-PULL OUT.
Pull out.
Pull out.
Pull out. Drink.
That new trap music. Pull out. Drink.
But if the ghosts were real, what do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
What would you tell the comedy club daytime ghosts to get them to chill out?
You're not gonna make it.
You just open mic the ghost, dude.
I'm just like, listen, next. It's not happening, dude. It's not happening. It didn't happen in this last lifetime, and it didn't happen in this one. So it's time for you to. This is a way of you finishing your business right now. You gotta go.
I'm really hoping if there is a heaven that we get there and there's just no desire to do comedy anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Wouldn't that be the best? Wouldn't that be the best? Everybody found fulfillment in other ways.
Yeah, but you get to hell and it's actually just 12 comedy clubs in a row.
Dude,
and you just
yes,
you
all open
comedy.
mic comedy. Dude, I think if, that could be personal hells for comedians.
Yeah.
But also, here's the thing. You are having to watch the open mic, and you keep thinking that you're going to go up next, and then the host keeps coming by and telling you, we had a drop-in.
It's
but
just
the
Satan.
drop-ins are horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over and over.
He goes, no, you're next.
Satan might have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
He's been around long enough where he's played some horrible tricks on, a lot of us over the years. And that's how I want to end this podcast. Open your scripture to Ephesians 12:36. Now I'm really curious. Gage, let's put in Ephesians 12:36. I'm really curious. This will be like a fun fortune cookie thing. I want to know what Ephesians 12:36 is.
I didn't even know that was a real chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Are they chapters?
Ephesians comes after Galatians.
Galatians. Okay. See, dude, I've only went to Bible study a couple times.
But you said you're more Catholic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I only went to Bible study a few times, and one of the times they were like, all right, turn to this. And I just sat there, like, going through pages. And I think that was, like, the first time I ever felt social anxiety, like a social anxiety that was, like, crippling. Because I just didn't know what I was doing. I felt so out of place. And it's like something that everyone around me kept so sacred. And I'm over here like, this is a big ass book, dude. You're telling me to find one chapter in this book, dude.
Yeah, you got anxiety because you didn't know right where to go to it.
But everybody was like, and I was just like, what page number is that?
Well, they used to, when I was, growing up in the church, there was different songs and different things that kind of monikers that you would to remember the different books of the Bible. I don't think I can name them anymore, but I used to be able to do it pretty good.
Better man than me, dude. I'm going to be open micing it in hell. It's just me and Ralphie May taking a ton of stairs.
No, he's in heaven, man.
Oh, he is heaven. He is in heaven.
Come on.
But maybe he wants to hit a mic every once in a while. He's like, you got to go down quite a bit of stairs to go hit that mic, but,
Yeah. Did you ever get to meet Ralphie?
I did not.
Oh, man. Gem of a guy.
I've heard nothing but great things.
The old talent coordinator of the store, he used to yell at him and call him the N-word for not passing me. Gem of a guy.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I hadn't been passed yet, and he's like, what are you doing, man? That guy's funnier than all these guys you're passing, man. Just like going to bat for me.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing.
I ended up getting it on my third time showcasing, but he said that he wouldn't do the what was it? He wouldn't do the original room of the Comedy Store until I was passed.
Whoa. That's taking a stance.
He's like, I keep doing the main room, but I'm not going up in the OR.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's putting the hammer down, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out. He's in heaven. He's in the next level of heaven, too.
Oh, yeah, dude. The Texas scene has really curated a lot of awesome comics over the years.
Yeah, awesome comics, good communities, and several different cities.
I think that's what I like about your guys' scenes here, like whether it's San Antonio or Houston or Dallas or Austin, is it fosters like a community that really reminds me of when I started comedy out in LA. Because you guys are like tight knit. You're about, what's the best joke, helping each other out with tags and stuff like that, and like that's how you build awesome, strong scenes.
Yeah, the tag helping, also just holding people accountable too, just being like.
Yeah, I had a bunch of the people who I really like on this upcoming Stand Up on the Spot in Texas, but like Tony Casillas is one of those guys who's an up and comer who is really strong. CJ Landry, who I've used a bunch for featuring for me over the years and opening and stuff like that. There's just like a good community of you guys that I'm like, these are like the next guys who are like coming up in Texas. So it's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, hopefully, man, hopefully. And it's just getting better, too. It's like I would say 2 years from now, there's going to be a lot of people in Texas where it's like we're getting pulled for feature spots all over the country. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I like it.
Well, how can people find you on social media and all that stuff?
Hit up my Instagram. This is Joey Smith. And if you want to send me an email because you're over 40, you can send me. That's the same email at gmail.com. And hopefully you guys like my stand-up on the spot set. And I love you.
Dude, love you, brother. Thank you so much for doing the show. Check out This is Joey Smith. Leave a comment. Show some love for Joey on either here or his Instagram. And catch him performing in Austin and the surrounding areas and upcoming festivals and all that stuff. He's going to be all over the country. I think that you're going to be one of those guys who people are going to be seeing a lot more of. So.
Heck yeah, I hope so, man. Thank you guys.
Love y'all. Bye.